Afternoon, folks. Down here at Texas RV Works, we're doing a suspension upgrade on a Class A gas unit, and these are historically terrible for handling. And we've been through that scenario why they're bad at handling. Wind pushes them. Trucks, you know, if trucks pass me on 20, it's just like pulling a travel trailer on an undersized pickup. It's a terrible feeling. So we're upgrading this. We're doing sway bars front and back. This happens to be the front. You can see the difference in the diameter of this bar. This is a new one going in it. This is what come out of it. There's another 1/2 inch in diameter size to this bar. The end links get bigger. So we're going to do this. We've already installed the back basically. And then the next thing we're going to do, I mean, just look at this bar before I get any farther. I mean, there's such a difference that it's not even, it's incredible. You know, when you start comparing. And that'll help in response to the bus, you know, in a corner, it'll keep it upright. We're going to go one farther. We got a couple tricks that we do with these bars to improve it even farther. Can't tell you what they are. Come down here and see me, I'll tell you what they are. But literally, you can dive right into a corner with it, and it's incredible. The other thing we're going to do is put, these are Sumo springs. These are, this is a front, has to be a 2-piece. You know, when the front end lifts, you know, it'll come apart like that and set back down. They're variable rate springs, so the harder you push on them, harder the suspension is pushing on it, the increased load capacity it can take. These things are incredible. They work great, and it's not a part of this system, but it's an add-on to what we're doing with the sway bars. We're going to do the same thing in the back. Actually, we've got one of these installed. This is the back. This is a single piece. Again, you know, the harder you push, you know, sitting here like this, it'll ride nice. You get into big bumpy roads, it'll take out all the catastrophic beating you to death that you get out of these gas coaches. This is an incredible upgrade, folks. Costs a little bit of money, but I'll tell you what, it'll make your ride a whole lot more pleasurable in your gas or coach. When we're all done, we'll get pictures of it. We'll probably do a video. We'll crawl up underneath and show you it all installed. These mount between the springs in the frame, front and back. So they're a permanent piece. They're not a lot of money. There's a little bit of time, and actually it's pretty good do-it-yourselfer item to do. There's just a lot of things that you got to pay attention to, and you shouldn't be doing it out in your driveway. You need to have concrete floor when you're doing this, because you really want the coach set and level so you can make critique adjustments as needed. You can't rely on just the jacks on the coach to keep this thing picked up, because like to put the rear sway bar assembly in, you got to cut the old U-bolts off. They tell you can reuse the existing U-bolts. You don't ever do that because you stretch the threads, and the bolt itself is stretched, and it's not a good idea. If you're going to do this, make sure you use new U-bolts. And you can get them made up right around town here, Tyler, or up here. I happen to have a relationship with WC Supply down in Tyler, so they made me up some custom U-bolts for it. No big deal. But if you're going to do this, you need to have lots of jacks, jack stands, stuff like that. You need to be on a concrete floor, and it's good to have a tool handler while you're doing it. And honestly, that's what Miranda and Addie Daisy are doing for me. Hand and tools, right, pal? That's right. So if you got a gas coach, you don't like how it handles, come on down, give us a call. We can tell you what to do for that coach if you give us length and you know what the length of the coach is, year, make, and model. There's a bunch of different upgrades, and it really depends on the coach, honestly. But even if you got an older coach, which were historic habitual offenders, they had narrow front axles on them. This again is fantastic upgrade. So, maybe about an hour we'll have her done up. We'll see. And we'll crawl up underneath and we'll get you some video of what it looks like all installed. Again, big job, but it's a big job, but it's a great do-it-yourselfer if you're handy. You can save some money on the install for sure. So with just parts here, a couple $1,000, Rand, roughly.
Yep.
Front and rear sway bars, $600 a piece, something like that.
Yep.
And then roughly $600, I'll say, for the Sumo springs, roughly. Now, keep in mind, you got to drill the frame on the back. Front uses existing holes in the frame. The backs, you got to drill 4 holes per side. So, if you're going to do this again, make sure you got a damn good drill, which means you got to have tires off to drill the frame and all this stuff. So again, be set up, be on a concrete floor doing this. If not, you're taking chances, and don't take chances. You just get hurt doing it. So, but be aware that you got to drill the frame, and that's never no fun, I promise you. We just have to have a frame drill, which makes it a little bit easier. So. There you go, folks. Let us get this installed, and we'll get you a video of it all done up, and maybe we'll go take it for a ride and show them how well it handles. It's incredible. It's gonna be an awesome upgrade. So there you go, folks, down here at Texas RV Works. We do it all, front to back, top to bottom. What else we got? We got the Springdale we finished up. Miranda, want to walk around it real quick? This is actually gonna get pulled out here maybe this afternoon. Get it washed up for the folks. They're gonna come out from Louisiana and pick it up tomorrow. But this project come out really nice. We put a bunch of pictures of this deal on. Basically, we rebuilt this whole slide. New roof, new sidewall, new outer wall. Redid the wall board inside, of course. New floor. There's hardly a thing that we didn't touch on this damn thing. But incredible project. That's just the stuff that we do down here, folks. Doesn't matter what it is, we work on it, right, Grant?
Yes, it is.
That's what separates us from everybody else, right?
Absolutely.
There you go. But if you need some work, come see us, folks. We'll treat you right. We'll do it right. Guaranteed. Call down here, get yourself an appointment. If you gotta have something, need your roof looked at, because you're unable to get up there, whatever that is, we'll do that stuff for you. You just gotta set up a time, and we'll just go over it real quick for you, see if it needs anything. More than happy to do that for you. Got any questions, concerns on your coach? Maybe you're doing vintage and you want to remodel, we can remodel. Maybe you want a schoolie and you want to remodel the schoolie and build a schoolie bus. We can do that too. There isn't much that we won't do, folks. On these coaches here, tune-up, oil changes, generator repairs, your gas equipment repair, ACs. We just do it all, front to back, top to bottom, folks. One thing we are going to get into for you folks that have thermopane windows on your coaches, and those will be mostly higher end coaches, right? But what happens is the thermopane seal goes bad in them. You'll see little squiggly lines in these coaches. This particular one doesn't have them, but we're going to start redoing them windows for you. We'll be able to pop them out, put the argon gas back in them basically, and reseal them up. So that's something we're going to get into here. There's only one other guy that does that around, and he's up in Oregon, does it. But we're going to get into that detail too. That'll save you $800-900 on a window. We can probably pull that window out, put it back in for less than $500 and redo it. So that's pretty good savings right there, folks, for y'all that got thermal pains and the gases out, and they'll start clouding up. And what it does is it's moisture in between the windows that can't get out and get in, but it can't get out. So there you go. All right, folks. Texas RV works right here in Longview, Texas. Come down and see us. If you need something, give us a call. One thing I might add is we've moved our body shop up across the street from our Cullen Lane location. This is basically our headquarters. And then the building across the street is our body shop now. Got more parking up there. About the same facility as Valentine for the most part. Just got more parking, more area. We've been really cramped for area, so we moved on up the hill. So anytime you're coming over at this point, come into Cullen Lane. At the DNR Business Park is where we're at. We'll be the first building on the right and the first building on the left as you come in the park. Can't miss us, folks. And we appreciate what you do for us. Have a great weekend.